Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out on this lovely Wednesday morning. Very good. Although I didn't know Waffle Wednesdays were a thing, so.
It's only the second Wednesday.
I'm a little jealous, because that doesn't happen where I work, okay? So, anyway, a little jealous. But anyway, thank you again so much for coming. I'm Linda Pritchard, and the name of my organization is Fundamentals by Linda Pritchard. I am a soft skills educator, and I primarily focus on etiquette, style, and workplace readiness. So that's all we started. Okay, so my tagline is please and thank you are always in style. I'm sure you all have noticed that sometimes is the case with colleagues or people in the street, but I encourage everyone that I interact with that please and thank you are always in style. Fundamentals by Linda Pritchard is an innovative consultancy firm committed to educating clients on valuable and essential soft skills. One of the things I've noticed when I go in to present, especially with businesses, or I typically go into the business section of colleges, that soft skills, in particular etiquette, aren't really thought about until there's a problem. And we all, I want to assume, most of us got all of this when we were little kids, but we need refreshers, we need to be updated. And as the world changes, as the business changes, we need to make sure that we're up on the latest soft skills. So, hence, Fundamentals by Linda Pritchard. About me, my programs encompass a diversity of topics. I do soft skills training, as I mentioned, customer service through leadership. Product training, fostering deeper understanding of the organization's offerings. So I may come in, especially if you're having an issue, say for example with receptionists having an issue with the new phone system, or how you like that receptionist to engage with people. I can come in and help to fill that gap and hopefully fix that issue. Life skills and personal development, comprehensive approach, personal growth, and well-being. Everything from shaking hands, dressing for success, looking the part, whatever the gap is, hopefully Fundamentals by Linda Pritchard can come in and fill that gap. My main goal, and hence why I'm here, you lovely people, is to become the go-to source for etiquette, style, and workplace readiness needs. So I'm hoping to get awesome feedback and suggestions as we move forward. My popular topics, as I mentioned, workplace etiquette, professionalism in the workplace, business etiquette, email and phone etiquette, and networking skills. Everyday etiquette, which is please and thank you, basically. Personal grooming and appearance, dress codes, personal grooming, and presenting oneself with confidence. And then lastly, special occasion etiquette. Etiquette for weddings, parties, and other special events. Wedding etiquette teaching is huge because we've gotten away from that. And one of the things I just recently read about in the online the other day was the bride and groom had an A-list and a B-list. And the B-list people got invited a week later to come and watch the wedding on Zoom. So.
Send a gift though.
Great way to start a marriage.
However, you could come with a gift.
They were still secret.
That's pretty crass.
Yeah.
The benefits of soft skills education are enhanced social and professional confidence, improved communication and interpersonal skills, updated awareness of etiquette norms and best practices. No B-list for the wedding, by the way. Increase respect and consideration for others, and enhance personal and professional relationships. So basically building that confidence in all aspects and areas of your life. Thank you for your time.
Wow. So you're really looking just to figure out how to get more clients, how to get the word out, right?
Well, I put together, you told me to be ready to answer that question, what
Yeah.
I'm looking for. My trusty little note card here. So I want honest and meaningful feedback. Not thin-skinned at all. I want to hear what people have to say, especially as it relates to engaging with businesses, because I know this is needed because I've actually worked in two arenas where I started training departments. and solve the gaps that were filled immediately from having people being brought along, instead of punishing them, explaining to them what the issue is, and then giving them the tools to solve the issues. Advice on refining my business. If you notice something in my brief presentation that you thought, why don't you do this? I'm open to hearing that as well. Third, networking suggestions and opportunities. You know, where I should go. I go a lot of places. When I hear about things, I read about things, I try to make sure that I'm staying in that arena. But you all may come up with something that I have not thought about. Exposure, increasing my ability. Visibility. I was going to say visibility. Increasing my visibility. Making sure that I'm out there on a regular basis. That I can share with you what I'm currently doing and see if you have any tips about that. And then lastly, education from seasoned entrepreneurs. So practicing my pitch. I know I'm a little nervous this morning, and typically I'm not because this is what I do, but of course I'm in a new arena. But for those of you that are seasoned entrepreneurs, what do you do? What do you suggest that I do? And maybe how can you help other people about the pressure?
Okay, great.
So that was a mouthful, but came prepared.
Questions, comments?
Yes.
My first question, I like your business and I want to find out how it's applicable for businesses, specifically when they don't know that they have an etiquette challenge. How do you teach a business, or how do you know if a business needs that your service?
So you said they don't know they have a challenge?
Yeah, how do you know if they know that they need your services?
That would be a challenge. Because typically when people reach out, they know there's a problem. Now, they may think it's this, when instead it might be this. It might just be giving that person some encouragement, giving that person some coaching, making sure because one of the things I see that happens in a lot of businesses, I remember way back in dinosaur days when I got one of my first jobs, I started working in retail. After I was hired, there was a whole week of training to learn every aspect of what you needed to know, so that when you were on the floor, you were very prepared. You knew if you didn't work in this store. I worked at Macy's in Kansas City, hence I love the Kaufman Foundation sponsors this because I'm from Kansas City. But I worked at Macy's at Bannister Mall way back when in Kansas City. And I was in the juniors department, but I learned about every other department. So if you came in and said, hey, I'm looking for a dress shirt for a wedding, I could at least guide you there, give you some general information before I passed you off to somebody else, and I didn't give that age of, not my department. And we in particular had an entire day devoted to customer service. So that's not happening most of the time now because of, people want to be fiscally responsible, but they're losing on the other end because oftentimes people aren't prepared. Now, if they don't know it's a problem, odds are we might not even connect. It might be an accidental thing. Say if we're at a networking event and I'm talking to someone and they're talking about, I'm losing customers, they're not getting through to where they need to go. I may pick up on that and suggest, hey, well, have you had a conversation with the people that are answering your phones? Do they have a script? Do they have the knowledge that they need in order to make sure your customers get to where they need to be? But that would be tricky because if you don't know, it's kind of like you don't know what you don't know.